Hello, and welcome to The Shirtless Painter. Anyone can paint, and anyone can paint anything they want. And today, I'm going to show you how to paint a car commercial. See, I've prepped my canvas here. We've got sort of just the baseline commercial green screen set laid out, so go ahead and if you're following along at home, take time to do that. And we'll flash on the screen some of the colors that we're going to be using today. What do you say? Let's get started. Okay, so we have our sort of concrete floor area here, and of course our 360 green screen studio. So the first thing that a car commercial needs is a car. Now a car can be any color. I think I'm going to start with a nice Lamborghini red. Look at that. Oh, and what the heck, we'll just give it a kiss of yellow. And we take our car brush and just begin to just lay out the body of the car. It can be any kind of car you choose. It can be a hatchback, it can be an SUV, anything you like. Don't let anyone tell you what kind of car to paint. So we'll just sort of get the roof in there. Maybe there's sort of a rack up there where you could put your skis or snowboards. You make the call. Okay. And we got the hood of our car here. Look at that. Now I don't own a car. It's been a while since I've seen one, but this is sort of just a car from my imagination. And I encourage you to use cars from your imagination as well. Look at that. Okay, so we got our main car shell sort of laid out here, and before this car is going to go anywhere, we got to give it some wheels. Okay, so we take just a little bit of our car wheel black and just fill it in. Just like that. Maybe it's four-wheel drive, maybe it's a stick shift, completely up to you. Again, this is your car, your choice, your business. Just add just a little stripe right there. Another little wheel stripe right there. Now we don't want our crash test dummies, or God forbid, our people flying through the front hole there, so we're going to go ahead and give this car a windshield. Okay, so we take a little bit of our Walter White here, just give it a nice kiss across the front here. Just a kiss. You decide how far it goes. If you want to move beyond a kiss, well, that's between you and the car. Okay. What the heck? We'll give it just a nice big sort of bay window here. Let all the kids look outside as you're driving to grandma's or grandpa's. Beautiful. Okay. So we've got our studio in our car, and no car commercial is complete without the director. Someone's got to call the shots. So we'll go ahead and take a little bit of our director yellow. Mix it with our car mix here. And what the heck? Give it just a little bit of the JALEEL white. Okay, and then we'll give our director a little home over here. Just watching over things. Maybe things aren't working out so well with his film career. I'm going to go ahead and make this director Steven Spielberg. Okay, so we'll just take a little Spielberg white and just give him a little wisp of a beard. Spielberg beard. There we go. Look at that. And of course, we gotta give him his signature Spielberg hat. I like to think this is a hat that he got while working on Bridge of Spies. There's his baby blue eyes. So we've got our main Spielberg head laid out here, and let's go ahead and give him a body. Alright, so we're going to give him a classic filmmaker vest. So we take some of our filmmaker vest yellow and mix it with our Amblin Entertainment white here. Alright. There we go. And now it's time for the rest. We've messed with the vest, now let's mess with the rest. He's got a nice red shirt on. His friends might come up to him and ask, does the shirt match the car? And he's got an answer ready. So he's got one hand sort of rested in his crotch there. And in the other hand, we'll give him a classic, quiet on set little bullhorn here, just to quiet everyone down. There's a lot of chitter chatter going on, so. Okay, so we got that. We'll just add the quiet on set hole. Nice little hole at the front of that. Look at that. We'll add his jeans here. And he's got one leg sort of crossed. He's done this before. He's directed a lot of big budget movies. Simple car commercial isn't gonna faze him. So we could have him in sort of a relaxed pose. Give him the shoes. Whatever shoes he wants to wear. You gotta sit somewhere when you're directing, and I could think of no better place than a nice, comfy director's chair. Maybe it's got his name on the back, maybe it just says director. It's none of my business. Look at that. Gorgeous. Just add a little shadow on the chair here. There we go. He's the boss. Everyone knows it. Okay, so we've got our car and our world-famous director. So the next thing we're going to need is a camera. You can't shoot a commercial without a camera. Believe me, I've tried. Alright, so let's go ahead and add our sort of camera crew over here. We just add a little standard camera black. Nothing fancy. Slot that right in here. And I think for a shoot like this, you're probably going to want a tripod. Okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Okay, and since the camera lens is really just the windshield of the camera, we'll go ahead and just add a little bit of our windshield color here. Just to sort of make it official that this is a windshield in its own way. And since we have Mr. Spielberg calling quiet on set, that means we're rolling, so we'll just add a little bit of a record button. There we go. Red light means we're rolling. Alright, so we got our camera, our director, and of course our car. It's awful dark in here. What do you say we add some light? It's always good to think of ways to conserve energy, so why bother with fancy studio lights when we've got a car? What do all cars have on the front of them? No, not hood ornaments, headlights. Let's go ahead and add some headlights. we just add a little bit of our Lamborghini yellow and mix it with our headlight white. And here we go, just give it a nice couple of headlights there, nice and bright. That ought to light the studio nicely. And while we're in there, let's go ahead and give it a nice little grill up front. Okay. Look at that. And just a little touch of a hood ornament, why not? Okay, so this is a big Hollywood shoot. A lot of money, a lot of people working on set, and those people need to be fed. Let's go ahead and add our craft services table. So we'll just take a little bit of our crafty white here. And here's a nice area over here. We'll just go ahead and slot in a nice big table here. Oops, excuse me, Mr. Camera. Plenty of room for both of us. Don't get upset. Everything's under control. Alright, so Spielberg's got legs. What do you say we give this table some legs? Without legs, a table is really just a big plate. So we're going to give it some legs. Okay. Ooh la la, look at the legs I'm seeing here. Nice legs on that camera tripod. Gorgeous legs on that table. Alright. So, got our main table shape here. Let's go ahead and just give it a little shadow here on the side. Little table shadow. And now for the fun part, the snacks. Now we've got some hungry people on set, so let's go ahead and give them some apples. A couple of nice red apples. It's fall, it's autumn time here on set. Nice big juicy apples. Okay. And of course, this is an early morning call. So we're gonna go ahead and have a big old tray of bagels here. Just sort of get our bagel tray purple color here. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and mix some of our bagel beige here with our white bread white. And we'll just go ahead and add just some little circles here. Nothing fancy, we've all seen a bagel before, but I encourage you to have fun with it. You don't have to stick to the standard flavors, everything, cinnamon raisin. Go ahead and make up some new flavors. I'm going to call this one, oh, what the heck, I'm going to call it mustard seed. So we just sort of beige in our mustard seed here. Nice bagels here. Just give it a little, since it's mustard, we'll, oh, what the heck. Just add some mustard to it. There we go. And you're talking to a lot of people all day on set. People get bad breath, they're drinking a lot of coffee. We're going to go ahead and just give them some packs of gum. Just some nice packs of gum. We'll leave one right there. We got our blue flavor now. We'll give it a nice spearmint flavor. And for the kids, just a little bit of bubble gum. Nice bubble gum pink. Right behind the bagels. So we've got our camera. We've got keeping everyone fed with craft services table here. So what do you say we go ahead and add our sound guy? Gotta hear the audio. Poor girl. You know what? We're gonna add our sound woman. Go ahead and just add her. Oh, what the heck? Right behind the craft services table here. We'll give her her own shirt color. She likes both flavors of gum, so we'll add a little bit of green to a nice sound woman teal. Alright, and then we're gonna have her reaching high up in the sky. Look at that. Beautiful woman. She could have gone to film school. She could have gone to school for something else and just sort of found herself here. Maybe started as a PA. It's up to you. Completely up to you. Okay, so we'll take a little bit of our boom pole black here. And just really... There we go. Look at that. And what do you say we give her a hand? Or maybe two. That's a little joke I make every time I paint a hand. Give him a hand. Oh, and I mean, she's... Maybe it's summertime. And maybe today to work she wore her favorite yellow shorts. There we go. Nice yellow shorts. You know what though, there's probably air conditioning blasting on set here, so let's make them yellow pants. We don't want her to get cold. It's easier that way too. And we'll just give her some matching shoes here. She's got black eyes like a shark. And we'll give her a shock of red hair. Okay. I'm going to say in my painting that the woman running sound is Lucille Ball. Maybe she came to Hollywood. Things went a different way. I'm sure she'd do a great job and be a legend in this field. Same way she was as an actress and comedian. Alright, so we're running sound. We've got our director in place. The car is ready to go, gassed up. So we see the car, but we don't really see what the car can do yet. So let's go ahead and add, why do we want to buy this car? That's the whole point here. So we're going to go ahead and add a roof rack here. A lot of car commercials are aimed at younger people. A lot of younger people like to snowboard, so we're going to go ahead and just add a snowboard to the roof of the car. So we just take a little bit of our snowboard green. Look at that. And I'd like to just say a special hello to all the mothers out there. Without mothers, we wouldn't have people, and therefore we wouldn't have painting. So I just want to thank the mothers for providing us with the people who paint, and for painting yourselves. Mothers can paint. Sometimes it can be busy being a mom, but you should always find time to paint, even to the detriment of your children. So we've got everything we need here for a commercial shoot. The only thing missing here is my favorite mother, my wife. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add my wife. And you know what? Maybe Mr. Spielberg thinks he's big, but we're going to make my wife really big. Okay, so we just get a little bit of wife face color mixed in here. Just slop it up real good. And then I'm going to take a bigger brush here. And there we go. I'll just add my wife up here. Just sort of overseeing the whole shoot. Spielberg's focused on the creative, but just gotta have someone around to make sure everything's okay. Make sure the craft services table is stocked with bagels. Right now we're out of cream cheese. And my wife is very good at keeping the cream cheese stocked. So we'll go ahead and add her ruby red lips here. I think she's going to, maybe at the end of the day, if all goes well, she'll give everyone a little kiss. including me. And you too. My wife's got long eyelashes like a drag queen, so we're gonna go ahead and add those in there. Nice long lashes. And beautiful black eyes. Okay. We'll give my wife sort of a short Liza Minnelli cut here. Nice sort of old-fashioned flapper cut. And she's got sort of a stern look on her face. Maybe she doesn't agree with the choice that Mr. Spielberg made. Even he makes mistakes, and my wife's not afraid to stand up to him. And then we'll just add our wife body here. We'll just really mix together our berry blue RAZZ with our hatchback red here. And we'll get sort of a nice muddy maroon color. Very regal, and my wife is a queen. Don't let anyone tell you different. Okay, so we'll just, she's got sort of a nice cable knit turtleneck on. It's a chilly day. And she's maybe just reaching over here. Maybe she's unhappy with the sound. She's just going to go ahead and take over from our sound woman. And she's just sort of reaching in. Reaching in from off camera here. Excuse me, off canvas. I'm so caught up in showbiz, I'm starting to forget that I'm a painter. Just kidding. I would never. I would never forget. Never forget you're a painter. Alright, so she's just sort of wearing, oh, what the heck. Let's make it a big old long sweater dress. Right to the floor. Floor length. Nice floor length sweater dress for my wife. My big wife. Okay, this is a big sound stage, so she's about 30-40 feet tall, as you can see next to the big car here, her big beautiful car, big beautiful wife. Okay, and what do you say we give my wife a hand? I don't mean a round of applause, but I sort of do mean a round of applause. She's a very accomplished woman, and I'll just get her long fingers in there, just sort of reaching out. And the final touch, she's so big that she has to use car paint as nail polish, so let's go ahead and give her the same color nails as our nice car here. Just some red, beautiful fingernails. Look at that. All right. Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Shirtless Painter. I invite you to take off your shirt and paint along with me. There's nothing better than moms, and there's nothing better than painting. Read my lips. See you next time, everyone.